What counts as having crossed the river? 1. Dayform Buddha. Why is it so hard to find soulmates in our lives? A soulmate is another self that resonates with our souls. Those with souls that do not completely resonate with ours cannot be our soulmates. Life becomes fulfilled when one finds their soulmate. But although this is the dream and expectation of most people, it is very rare that they actually find them. Why can we not find ours? Why is it so hard? There are thousands of reasons, but the core one is that we ourselves are not frank and honest with each other. Being with friends brings us joy. Being with soulmates brings us sedateness. Such beautiful feelings are really beyond description. Where is heaven? Heaven is the place where soulmates unite with each other. Soulmates do not possess each other, but enrich each other. Do not occupy each other, but allow full freedom for each other. Do not pillage each other, but give to each other. If both parties are willing to devote their lives to each other, then they are soulmates. The human world is only a mortal world because we cannot find our soulmates here. The place where there are no soulmates is the mortal world. The reason why the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, and the Elysium world are paradises is because we can find group of soulmates there. Only by baring our souls, by baring ourselves completely, and by dedicating ourselves, can we find our soulmates. Darkness confuses people and makes them afraid. Seeing nothing and understanding nothing. How can people be joyous and comfortable in darkness? People wrap themselves up, do not let outsiders see their inner worlds, watch and monitor others like thieves, and make others clear but keep themselves unclear. So how can they find a soulmate? Climbing to the sky is hard, but understanding oneself is even harder. Pursuing Tao is extremely hard, but facing one's true self is much harder. Being hypocritical is ugly and one of the symptoms of an imperfect life structure. Selfness is the chief criminal that causes our own and others' pain, and the greatest obstacle to the way of self-improvement. The greatest difference of self-improvement and self-cultivation between Life Genuine and other sects is that our emphasis is on the perfection of non-material life structures. As long as our structures are perfect, then we will acquire Tao and become celestials. From differences of perfection, we achieve differences of fruition. Other sects emphasize the training of skills, such as dredging meridians, alchemy, chanting mantras, reciting sutras, meditating, practicing pranayama, collecting qi, twin cultivation, and so on. The difference between Life Genuine and other sects such as Christianity, Buddhism, Taoism, and Islam is that Life Genuine follows two paths at the same time. One is the path of life, the other is the path of life. Not only do we enjoy our lives, but we also pursue a beautiful afterlife. Not only do we devote ourselves to humanity and to creating the Life Genuine era, but we also extend our lives into the higher level spaces of life. Other sects generally take no account of this life, but emphasize pursuing their future, afterlife. We are unique in that we do both. Obviously, without processes, there are no results. Without good processes, there are no good results. Those who do not feel joyous and happy as humans are absolutely unable to reach heaven. How could we enjoy heaven if we always wear sad faces? If there is no joy and happiness in our life structures, then how could we enjoy pleasure and happiness in heaven? If we cannot conduct ourselves well as humans, then how can we understand how to become celestial beings or attain Buddhahood? If we cannot learn courses of primary and middle school very well, then how can we study university courses well? The self-improvement and self-cultivation of Life Genuine is unique. Our aim is to let everyone always lead joyous and happy lives, to really laugh, to become children with wisdom, to forget what fear, worry, and death are, to be each other's soulmates, adore each other, dedicate ourselves to each other, and love each other until death. Finally, we will abandon and forget about ourselves completely, only devote ourselves, and become so foolish that we will not even care about what is in our own best interest. When we become this way, then we will have achieved our goal. Newcomers to Life Genuine might have the illusion that Chanyuan Celestials are silly children who lack profound wisdom and enjoy fun all day without self-cultivation, but the opposite is actually true. All Chanyuan Celestials have clear minds and brilliant wisdom. Our self-cultivation directs our core, and we attain magical powers naturally. Supreme self-cultivation is contained within human nature and nature. Gradually, Our wisdom will exceed many masters, and our non-material structures will approach those of super celestial beings. This can be stated as, the pinnacle of good writing is nothing special, it is only being just right. The pinnacle of good character is nothing unusual, it is only being one's natural self. We need to climb mountains and cross rivers on our journey. The highest mountain is the self. We need to climb over the self. If we still maintain our present selves, then we cannot become celestial beings. Where are these rivers that need to be crossed? How many are there? And what counts as having crossed one? I will explain those things in the backyard of Life Genuine. How can you count as having crossed the rive? 2. Dayform Buddha. There is no lack of beauty in nature. I firmly believe that there is no lack of beautiful souls among mankind. It is easy to discover the beauty of nature, but not so easy to discover the beauty of soul, because the beauty of nature is open and visible, while the beauty of man's soul is hidden. This is something sad for mankind. To hide the beautiful soul from people's view is not only discrediting the creation of nature, but also does no good to mankind. There is beauty where there is love, be it emotional love or sexual love. However, have we exhibited our love? In the thousand-year world of the heavenly kingdom, beauty exists everywhere, because in the thousand-year world love is manifested freely, and no one would conceal their love. In the 10,000-year world, celestial beings are all naked, and there is nothing to hide. In the celestial island continent of the Elysium world, super celestial beings are all united as a whole. If we cannot love freely in the human world, won't we distort the beautiful soul? What are the maladies of the love in human world? Our love is too selfish. Once we fall in love with someone, we want to possess our lover and would not allow anyone else to be involved in any way. Fresh flowers are beautiful and everyone can enjoy them, but the beauty in human world is only private property. Once you have fallen in love and got married, you should no longer love anyone else, and vice versa. You love like a coward. You love someone secretly, but do not make it known to the person that you love. All wear a mask and love like a thief. Your words contradict what you think, and your words are inconsistent with your actions. Anyone who displays his love will be sniffed at by hypocrites, although they themselves also want to love and be loved. Everyone is on guard against each other. Love is beautiful, but we love secretly and with fear, because we are afraid of being embarrassed and having our reputation tarnished. Countless obstacles have been placed for love, so that we do not have the courage to love although we have the desire. Once we have devoted or got the love, we have to endure the torture of spirit. The above 8 points constitute the great river that blocks our way to become celestial beings and enter the heavenly kingdom. If we cannot cross this river, we will not be able to enjoy the life in the heavenly kingdom. This is self-evident. Everyone can imagine what he will do if he is in charge of the heavenly kingdom. If everyone in the heavenly kingdom behaves as if they were in the human world, can the system of the heavenly kingdom be maintained? How can people go to the heavenly kingdom if they know nothing about it and conduct self-cultivation and self-refinement blindly without any direction or goal? Life Genuine is going to build a fairyland and wants everyone to conduct self-cultivation and self-refinement in imitation of the thousand-year world. However, let's imagine, if we cannot cross the river, what shall become of us even if we come to live together? We may end up as another version of the human world, or a snobbish group. Currently, the backyard of Life Genuine is a venue for self-cultivation and self-refinement. Here we only cultivate the consciousness. Are we capable of love even in this venue for cultivation of consciousness? What are we cultivating if we dare not even express our love? Why cannot we exhibit the beauty of our soul as much as we like? Why do we find it difficult to accept other people's display of their beauties? We all like honesty, then why do we find it difficult to accept other people's honest display of their beauties? This is not our fault. The problem is that we have been bonded by the mistaken consciousness of mankind formed thousands of years ago. Habit is the second nature. This is like my experience of driving in Zimbabwe, where the cars run on the left side of the road. When I am back in China, I feel it extremely awkward and unnatural to drive on the right side. The problem does not lie with the left side habit or the right side driving, but with our failure to transform our consciousness. The angel of sexual love has come to help us to transform our consciousness. For fear that we may not be able to change our mindset and that we might be scared away, She is lecturing to us gently and lightly. Still, we are frightened out of our wits, as can be seen from the posts. People engaged in cultivation mostly like dabbling in the unfathomable magical arts and learning, but turn a blind eye to the trifle easily visible to our eyes. It seems to them that only discussion and exploration of the abstruse can count as self-cultivation and self-refinement, and that talk about trifles of life is not self-cultivation and self-refinement. This is a misunderstanding and mistake in self-cultivation and self-refinement. How well one has achieved in self-cultivation and self-refinement should not be judged according to what he says, but according to what he has done. One has to put into practice what he has learned. If he cannot put what he has learned to actual use, he might as well not have learned it. We can judge by ourselves from the manifestations whether we have a perfect non-material structure of life. The perfect structure will be reflected in the perfect outer appearance. If the appearance is ugly, the structure must be flawed. The above 8 points form a turbulent river, then how can you judge whether you have crossed the river? Be open and straightforward in love. Allow others to love what one loves. Do not feel jealousy, do not forcefully occupy, and do not possess. Do what you think should be consistent with what you do. What you say should not contradict what you do. Do not do things under the counter, and do away with hypocrisy and affectation. 3. Be generous, magnanimous. Refrain from stealing, robbing, and hurting others. Be brave to fully exhibit one's beauty of heart, and even to fully manifest one's figure. 5. Be brave to love, and talk about one's feeling of emotional love and sexual love. 6. Be brave to love, but never force anything upon anyone. Never be impudent, never be obsequious, and never hurt others. 7. Love is an art. We should not be vulgar. We should exhibit our beauty in words and actions. We should not act like animals. 8. Imagine yourself to be the radiant and splendid light, the fragrant orchids, and the fairies and fairies in the heavenly kingdom. If you can meet the above 8 conditions, then you can be counted as having crossed the river. You can imagine, if someone has met the above 8 conditions, won't it be a pleasant matter to get along with him or her? If many people have achieved these conditions, won't we all feel happy and joyful, as if we were already in the heavenly kingdom? The above are my opinions. You can fully share with us your own feelings and opinions so that we can continue our discussions.